Yellow, fellow people, and today is my birthday, so I decided to do a review on my favorite Transformers Studio Series figure. So let's take a look at the Transformers Studio Series Voyager class Bumblebee movie Blitzwing. So taking a look at Blitzwing in robot mode, and the painting sculpting on this figure is really great. Although he does not look anything like the G1 design, and looks more like Starscream, it still does not look that bad, regardless of that. Yeah, the sculpting is pretty nice. It doesn't, and there's a lot of sculpted and detailing, and it does not look boring at all, as you can clearly see. And there isn't that much painted in parts of him, but the parts that are painted don't really look that bad either. Anyways, so taking a look at that head sculpt, it looks pretty good, as you can clearly see. And I like how and I find it funny how there's some clear plastic on his face, which indicates that this face is painted clear plastic. Anyways, and when you look at the back, you can also tell that it's clear plastic, that it's also painted, as you can clearly see. Anyways, so yeah, let's just move on to accessories now, shall we? He comes with 4 accessories. He comes with this gun. Hold on. He comes with this gun, as well as this. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be called, but I just like calling it a silencer just because. And he also comes with the missiles. So taking a look at the missiles, they don't really have that much sculpted and detailing, and they don't really have that much painted and detailing, but they don't look that bad, although they're hollow. And you can just plug them onto the wings, like so. Yeah, via this rectangular shaped peg, which just plugs onto this port. And oh frick. Anyways, let's move on to the other accessories. So the gun, I really like how this looks like. This is supposed to make it look like it's transforming out of his hand, and you can plug this on via his hand because of how it's a 5mm port, even though this one is on a hinge, and this port over here, and you can clearly see that it has those two. It has 2 pegs where you can plug these 2 on. And there you go. Now then, as for the silencer, well, there's a pretty cool gimmick to it. So basically, you're supposed to unplug the hand because of how it's on a 5mm peg, which I'm not sure if that's a good idea. And you just plug that on there. And you can plug this weapon, the hand, onto the back. And there you go. So yeah, not much else to say. That's pretty cool. And these have weapon storage on them. So basically, you can plug this over here on this port, which I'm guessing is supposed to be for the flight stand. And you can plug this over here on one of the wings, like so. Anyways, so plugging his hand back on. Moving on to my problems with the actual figure itself. Well, there was one demonstration. They didn't really have to explain it. It already just happened. Basically, the torso doesn't really like to tab in properly with the backpack. That's basically probably about it. That's probably about it. Oh wait, as well as how the heels don't really like to work properly for some reason. Yeah, that's basically my 2 problems. So, he has a bulging at the head. He can look up pretty far and down that far. He can't really do a full 360 at the arms due to the wings being in the way. He has a bicep swivel, though it's really tight. He has a double bend at the elbow, wrist swivel, and on this arm he has a hinge joint on all of the fingers. And his arms can spread out that far. He has a waist swivel, though it can be pretty restricted. And he can kick that far and back that far. He has a lower thigh swivel and a 90-degree knee bend, as well as an ankle pivot and a toe bend. Can he do a split? Well, let's see. No, he sadly can't really do a full split. So yeah, this figure is decently posable, and I'm pretty surprised that he actually has ankle pivots, considering the Studio Series line didn't really introduce it that much. But they did seem to be doing that way more than they have before, which is surprising. So let's move on to size comparisons now, shall we? Before I continue, this video is sponsored by no one. Yeah, I just pulled a sneaky on ya. Anyways, let's just move on now, shall we? Here we am compared next to the Piggy Duo, as you can see right there. And as always, Tiger's hatchet fell off. And here we am compared next to Battle Class Shockwave. And here we am compared next to the Power Series Blitzwing from the Bumblebee toy line. This is still a cursed figure. And here we am comparing next to Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, simply because I did that comparison with Blitzwing. And yeah, there you go. And here I am comparing next to Earthrise Starscream. As you can clearly see, yeah, they look very similar. And I can understand how you can mix these two. Okay, how you can mix up those two. Anyways, and here I am comparing next to Legacy Blitzwing. And as you can clearly see, there is a very massive difference with design, especially as well as in coloring. So yeah, there you go. Anyways, so let's move on to this transformation now, shall we? Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is take out all of these accessories. As always, set them off to the side. Anyways, fold down the wingtips. And then you flatten the wings, and then you ring this on top of the backpack from the torso, which is not that difficult. Fold out this panel, which can be pretty difficult sometimes, like so. Rotate the chest, and bring out the cockpit. Untap the neck section. Rotate the head. Fold it in there. Close it up. Then you can just bring out this chest over here. Then you can untap the cockpit, this nose cone from the landing gear, and tab it into the cockpit, like so. Rotate it around. Then you can just move on to the legs. So basically, rotate the legs, like so. Then you fold out the tail fins, and you unfold them out, so they become the tail. Then you can fold out these other tail fins, tab them together. And then you just untap the toes, and we're almost finished. So then you can just bring in the wings and tab them into the legs, spread out the arms, and fold in these tail fins if you'd like. I'm not sure what they are supposed to be. I'm guessing they're supposed to be tail fins. I'm not entirely sure. Then you can just have the chest onto the legs and the wings. And then you just rotate the hand, fold out this panel, and then you just wrap it onto the wings to complete the wings. Then you do the same steps on the other side, like so. Then you can just fold these feet in, and there we have them. Oh wait, then you just spread out the tail fins, and you incorporate some of the accessories, like the missile pods, onto the arms by this port and this tab. And there you go. Here we have them in jet mode. So the resulting jet mode is actually really good. Although it's not an F4 Phantom, and I can't really find out which jet mode this is actually supposed to be, it's really good. I really like the painting and sculpting. It's not that bad, and and it's pretty cool how they actually incorporated a landing gear to this figure, as you can see right there. Yeah. He's a pretty big jet mode, and I really like it. So my only problem is how the panels on his arms sometimes don't want to tab into the wings, as well as some of the feet kibble, but that doesn't really entirely bother me so much. But yeah, that's basically my only problems. And the reason I rotated the head is because when you look at it from an outside perspective, you can see how it looks similar to an actual seat. That's why I did that. Anyways, you can actually incorporate these accessories onto the jet mode. So you can see this port over here where the peg is supposed to be for the arm, and you can see this tab over here. You just plug that in there. There you go. And you can see this tiny plug by wet peg, and you can see these ports on the tail fins, and you just plug that on there. And yeah, I like how you can incorporate the weapons onto the actual figure. And they actually don't really stand out in any sort of way. unlike what Hot Rod did. But honestly, that's kind of alright. Anyways, does he roll? Well, yeah. Although the wheels are fake. Yeah, the wheels are fake, but he can roll. So let's move on to size comparisons now, shall we? Here I am comparing next to the Piggy Duo. Here I am comparing next to Battle Class Shockwave. Here I have him compared next to Power Series Blitzwing. And here I have him compared next to Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. And here we have him compared next to Earthrise Starscream. And here I have him compared next to Legacy Blitzwing. And there you go. As you can see, jet modes look very different as well. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So my overall final thoughts on this figure: he's actually great. Yeah, I really like the robot mode. It's ridiculously accurate, and it's really great. The transformation wasn't all that bad. The jet mode, though, although it's not an F4 Phantom, it's still pretty good regardless of that. So yeah, had this have been an F4 Phantom, I think it would have gone a better score, but overall, not that bad. So this is basically it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now. Okay, so last minute edit. It's also my friend Megamus643's birthday. So Megamus, if you're watching this, happy birthday, man. And this is basically it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.